Kubernetes for humans.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kubernetes for Humans. My name is Itiel Schwartz, and I'm here at KubeCon London. Today with me, we have Maxime, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm Maxime Veroone. I work at Decathlon as a staff engineer in the e-commerce department.
Sounds cool. Tell us a bit about yourself. How long are you at Decathlon? Why do you have containers? And what do you do?
I've been working in IT for about 12 years, and 8 of which being at Decathlon. Always been at the e-commerce department, and in my past, I've been working with really old computers, like the companies 2.2 kernels, Red Hats, older than me, etc. And the more I went ahead in my career, the more I embraced more modern technologies. Until today, where I'm working with Kubernetes, cloud-native technologies, cloud providers, and so on.
So maybe share a bit about, first of all, like why Decathlon needs Kubernetes to begin with. Like what's the main use case? And then maybe talk a bit about the adoption. Like how did you guys started to adopt Kubernetes?
Initially, we were working with big monolithic software, vendor technologies, etc. But our developers asked us, the platform team, to work more with containers when it became a thing. And I didn't want to manage Docker container on VMs myself.
No one wants to.
Yeah, of course. So I started building something with Venture at the time. We enabled developers to have resilient workloads, scaling workloads, not multi-scaling, but already. But it lacked some automation. So I built some automation based Rundeck, etc. around it. And we started doing some infra as code. So writing some JSON and YAML files to describe what they wanted to deploy on the platform. So at some point, there was starting to be some shadow about Kubernetes. We dug into that, and we just realized that it was the same thing. So we're not switching. Like, it really enables developer to create value on their software and can standardize and streamline the deployment of their applications and not have to worry too much about how it runs.
That sounds cool. Like how big is Decathlon engineering? Like is it a big organization?
I believe that today we have about 5,000 people in the digital.
Right, a lot of people.
Yeah, big company, but we spread along a lot of domains, so I'm in e-commerce, but there's a lot more. So recently I started working with the internal platform the guys are developing for us, which is really great. It enables us to provide some infrastructure.
What are you using like behind the scenes? Is it Backstage? Is it something else?
Mainly we build around Terraform with CI/CDs.
Everything alone, like nothing off the shelf.
Yeah, you describe your YAML file and it becomes infrastructure by the magic of Terraform behind the scenes.
That's cool. What's your like biggest like challenge when like in a company like Decathlon with using of Kubernetes or platform engineer? Like what worries you?
What worries me is the complexity we're operating for developers. Like in a modern world, we're asking software engineers to be QAs, to be product managers, to be now operators of their own solution, etc. And I feel like as sysadmins, we're geeks, right? We love the command line, we love files, Git, etc. And sometimes they struggle to keep up because they have many more things to worry about. So my biggest interest at the moment is to try and create simplicity for developers. And also it enables us to have some standardized environments. So for example, CI/CD, we used to do, everyone does its own CI/CD, does whatever they want. And that doesn't help because we deploy a lot of efforts to that. So I really want to, first of all, standardize things. But most of all, I've been a staff engineer for a few months now. And my real goal in that role is to build bridges between the ops guy in the cellar and the software engineers at the front.
What's like you? I completely agree with you, right? And we have like the Kubernetes for Humans podcast, especially because I do believe that we should lower the barriers of employees. But what do you think is like the hardest thing for developers in like Decathlon? Is it the building? Is it the troubleshooting? Is it the curation, optimization? Like there are so many different, right? Like things they need to take care of. What do you think is like the most?
I mean, for me, the difficulty is that Kubernetes infrastructure is meant to simplify, standardize, etc., the deployment of applications for developers. But if you ask them to write their own YAML manifest themselves, they're gonna struggle to find the right parameter. How do I parameter my ingress, my for deployment or distribution, whatever? It's so complicated for them. It enables a lot of features. So you cannot ask them to be able to do that. So I feel like the main complexity is finding a way to abstract that without imposing too many constraints.
Yeah, abstraction, like clicky abstraction is like one of the hardest things, right? Like in general. What excites you? Like, you're here at KubeCon, right? What cool things have you saw? What's the future? Like, yeah.
I love the talks about how companies are building platform engineering. It's a big trend, right? But
Very big trend, yeah.
there's some sense behind that. We talk a lot standardization, but I mean, all of the talks are always about the same thing, that listen to your users. And that's something very important to me because at Decathlon, I'm a user of a platform. So it's all about the contribution model and the collaboration with the platform team, the central platform team. So we've been doing that great in the past years. We have a really great relationship with them, and we contribute with our needs. Sometimes with a few code in the platform, we can contribute to. It's really a win-win situation. And because they get the feedback of what we want, they know what to build, how to build a roadmap, etc. And okay.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up the episode?
Yeah, if you are building a platform, listen to your users, very important. And yeah, I'm also very excited about Flagger. Yeah, these days, because I mean, I work in e-commerce. Like in any minute our website is unavailable, it's a minute we are not selling stuff, and a minute we are not bringing value to our customers. So, and one of the biggest, I always say, when you don't touch anything, you don't break anything.
Yeah, that's the reality.
How to ensure that when you touch something, you don't break everything. That's the whole stuff. And Flagger seems to be a real good approach to social, especially. It engages very well with Flux. It's made for that.
Yeah.
And I like Flux too, so good match.
Okay, cool. Pleasure having you, Maxime.
Yeah,
And enjoy the conference.
You too.